that note, I want to bring in Major Mohammed Ali Shah into the conversation as well. Major Mohammed Ali Shah, is it fair to squarely blame politics for what has happened in Murshidabad?
Right, I totally concur with Mr. Ayaz that, a simple common Muslim, I don't think he would have indulged in this violence. It's the design of some people who are playing politics, who are into some nefarious activities. Because if you think logically, who is going to be at the receiving end? Who is going to be at a loss from this? Obviously, the common Muslim. So, secondly, I condemn the violence wholeheartedly, harm and throng. That any violence anywhere from any community is not permissible. So thirdly, I say protesting is a fundamental right, no doubt. But peaceful protest. Go ahead. If you are not convinced about something, go ahead and do a peaceful demonstration, do a peaceful protest. But violence, arson, no, not permissible. Thirdly, fourthly, I would say there's much ado about nothing, I would say. Sometimes it becomes a norm to whatever the government's policies are to protest against them. पहले तो सोच तो लो, समझ लो. First, educate yourself, see, understand what you are standing against, what you are standing for, what are the pros, what are the cons. So, but any violence, any arson needs to be condemned in the highest order. Now, Deepika, if you come to think of it logically, as you asked Mr. Ahmed Ayaz Saab, that these people knew that they would get arrested, they knew that they could be on the buying end, but yet they went ahead and did that. My real sister is a very respectable politician from West Bengal, Sarah Shah Halim, and most of the people know her. Now, she is against violent protests herself. She says no, any form of violence in a protest will work against the demonstration the cause that you have taken up for. Firstly, I don't think that it's a cause that these people, the arsoners, the protesters, people who indulge in violence, they have come. Now, I am a Muslim. I am a very proud Muslim, but I'm Indian before I'm a Muslim. I feel that the national interest should always come first, always and every time, irrespective. And so the very fact that I see myself as an Indian, instead of seeing myself as a Muslim, I see myself as an Indian, and I'm very proud to be an Indian. Now, I come from the army background. In the defense forces, it's a very, very secular organization. Now, there's a square in my training center where I got commissioned, the artillery center in Nasik, where on one square, there is a mandir, a temple, there's a mosque, there's a gurdwara, there's a church on one square, and all four of them coexist together very well. The vibration from each prayer house goes to the other prayer house in a very positive manner. And we have to learn to respect each other's religion. So my appeal to everyone, irrespective of whichever religion you belong to, you respect the other religion, give them their love, win over people. As a Muslim, if I respect the other communities will respect me. Similarly, other communities, if they show us love, respect, other communities will show us love and respect. In the army, I was told on Eid, they would wish me as Jai Hind Saab or Ram Ram Saab, Eid Mubarak. That was a greeting that I had to get. Ram Ram Saab, Eid Mubarak. What can be more beautiful than that?
Okay.
So, we have to come together to learn to function. And I would quickly conclude by saying, we are a salad bowl nation. We are not a melting pot. I am quoting from General Shah's book, The Sarkari Musliman, where he says, we are a salad bowl nation. These are 5 fingers of a fist. If one finger gets fractured, we cannot clench the fist. Where Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Parsis, every Buddhist, every religion, Jains, everyone coexist together. When we clench the fist, it becomes power. So we should keep the secular ethos of India alive. It's everyone's responsibility.
Okay, Major Mohammed Ali Shah, you also mentioned that if in such instances, it usually will be the Muslim who wants to do a peaceful protest, which is their right, and they are the ones who are most impacted. But as for the situation on the ground, it's several Hindu families that have had to flee from their homes. What do you say about that situation?
But
It's very
unfortunate.
sorry if Hindu families would have had to flee from their homes. It's very sad and very sorry, and am feeling very bad about that. So the very fact, what do I have to say? I say learn to respect each other's religion. In fact, only I have seen this kind of what I saw in Bangladesh recently is highly condemnable, reprehensible, and the international community should make a big noise about what's happening in Bangladesh. India should not beat any state. This TMC government, the TMC goons should realize the fact, I'm talking about the goons, not the entire government. The goons should realize the fact that by an arson, by anything like this, they should not, they defame the entire political party, the entire community, the entire area, the entire state, the entire region. So one has to be extremely careful, cautious, on the guard, and learn to give love and respect to each other.
At the same time, Major Mohammed Ali Shah, what do you think can be done at this point in time to somewhere recreate or restore a semblance of peace and trust amongst the communities?
What can be done? We can have more interfaith dialogues the way we have been having. We have been having them. We need to understand each other's community. If we do not understand the other community, we will always live in that hate, disgust, disgrunt. For example, I'll give you a small example. There is a lot of hate which comes on social media, on WhatsApp groups and such things. By exiting a WhatsApp group, is that the answer? No. The escapist methodology will not work here. And by countering them in a harsh way, no, again. You have to make people understand that anyone's religion, be it Hindu, be it Muslim, be it any religion, be it Sikh, be it Christian, any religion does not stand for violence, does not stand for destructive activities, does not stand for anything negative. One has to understand that, one has to analyze it, and when one learns to respect that, only then it will come from within. Otherwise, we can force, we can get anyone by the danda that no, you keep quiet, keep shut, but the feeling would remain. We have to convince them. We have to make them believe it instead of forcing it down the throats.
At the same time, Major Mohammed Ali Shah, why do you think there is such an uproar vis-a-vis the Waqf amendment? Because as far as the government's research is concerned, they do say that there are several Muslim families and smaller communities that have been impacted by some of the provisions of the earlier Waqf Act, which allowed confiscation of land. So there are several Muslims that continue to fight for their homes against the Waqf board in courts as well. So why is it that there is such silence and just a larger lack of understanding as to what is happening? And why do you think the Muslim leaders don't want to come out and really speak openly about the Waqf Act and their understanding of it, and perhaps ask questions of the government as and when required?
Okay, Devika, that's a very, very good question. Now, I always feel that, it's a matter of pure miscommunication over here. I will tell you how. You see where people have protested against the government. You see the anti-CA, NCR, and NPR, anti-CA bill which became an act. You see the Agniveer scheme. You see the farmers' protest. You see the Waqf board, the Waqf Act. There have been protests. Now the government has not been able to come forward and communicate to the people that don't protest. Listen to what we are saying. As per the government, there has not been an official formal, I don't see where you put balm, but they say it is for the favor of the Muslims, not against them, this act. And I quite believe it. I say, okay, let's wait, let's give peace a chance. Let's wait to see what unfolds. Now, people straight away, they're trigger happy, they want to jump the gun, they want to protest against it. Wait and see, wait and watch. Now, the very fact is there's rumor mongering, there's fear mongering. There are people coming with stories that, oh, the government is going to eat up your land I don't think it's going to be anything of that sort. I think the Waqf board also, in a lot of ways, is responsible for it, because had we built schools, colleges, hospitals, then I don't think anybody would have objected to it. Now the very fact that there are objections, because even the Waqf board, somewhere or the other, the Waqf land has been misused. If we say it's all hunky-dory, it's all clear, there's no problem at all, we would be fooling our own selves. We have to do a self-introspection. We have to say, okay, why was it? Because so far, I'll give us for example, so far the Waqf land the Waqf board was an autonomous body. The moment you make it under the government, because the Waqf land would they would be under the DM of that particular district, which means directly or indirectly, obviously, it will be under the government. So people felt that they've lost their autonomy. So now, when we have to understand, sit peacefully, indulge in a dialogue, because communicating is very important in any relationship, Devika. Be it in a relationship, be it anywhere, communication and trust. These are two very, very important factors which are the base of a relationship. It can be between two communities, it can be a relationship between two friends, it can be in any relationship for that matter. So that communication and that trust factor has to be built by dialogue, by actually understanding each other, Devika.
Okay.
Good friend Major Shah, so well, even today he spoke. Me and Major Shah had initiated something 4 years back that worked wonderfully well. I think some kind of reception of that to carry forward the responsibility of educating the people if there is a chance of getting misguided. That has to be done at least